Hi, my name's Chris Dale. I'm a Kiss fan. I'm going to do a Kiss guided tour of London. London's my hometown where I live, and I'm just going to show you some of the places in London where Kiss have played, Kiss have been, and things like that. I think it'd be great if other people did it with their hometowns as well. So I'll start you off with this is the first venue Kiss ever played in London. It is, of course, the very famous Hammersmith Odeon. It's now known as the Apollo. But yeah, Kiss played there 2 nights in May 1976 on an early part of the Destroyer tour. They were still wearing the Alive costumes at that point. Down over there is the stage door, but we can't get through there because they've blocked it off these days. But nevertheless, the famous Hammersmith Odeon in London, everyone's played there. I saw Maiden there, AC/DC, Motorhead, the whole lot. Everyone's played there over the years. Historic venue. But there were other places Kiss went in '76. I'll show you a couple of those too. So, believe it or not, this place here is also famous in Kiss history. It's Lower Sloane Street in Chelsea, just off Sloane Square. Chelsea, of course, Peter Criss's former band, but that's not what we're talking about here. It was here that Kiss did a photo session hanging off the back of a 137 Routemaster bus. It must have been the end of the route because there was no passengers on, it wasn't travelling. They wouldn't really allow rock bands on the back of buses to do odd photo sessions and delay the route. But I think it was right here, probably at this bus stop. As you can see, it still serves the 137 bus. There's a modern 137 bus. Not quite like the old Routemasters. But they also did some other photos while they were in London that day at some more iconic places. And we'll go and visit those briefly now. They're just up here. A bit more than walking distance. I'll get on the tube. Okay. Here's another place Kiss had their photos taken that day. We're on Westminster Bridge in front of Big Ben, as I'm sure you recognise that lamppost. Paul Stanley was up on that lamppost, I believe. Here we are, yeah. Big Ben's being renovated, bit of renovation on House of Parliament, it's all changed a bit. We've also got these barriers here, which we didn't used to have. That's because there was a horrific terrorist attack here a couple of years ago. Nothing to do with Kiss, of course. But there we are, yeah. Right, on to our next Kiss spot. Okay. Here we are at another historic Kiss landmark, Buckingham Palace. Famous for 2 reasons. Kiss had their photos taken here, most specifically against that gate there in 1976, and it's also the home to the British royal family. The flag is at full mast, so Her Majesty is home today. Just a quick little one, this is BAFTA, the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, and this is where, oh look, you can see inside. Inside there is the first place in UK that Kiss Makes the Phantom of the Park was screened. This is, of course, a wonderful example of film and television arts. This here is Wembley Arena. The venue that Kiss have most played in London over the years. They first played here on the Unmasked tour, September 1982. It's changed a bit. This used to be the front, and this building didn't used to be here. So there's a bit of an open area here, and you would go in this way with your tickets through these doors. As you can see, this is now used as a kind of back entrance. The whole thing's changed inside, but the actual external building, the concrete building, is essentially the same. So yeah, like I say, they played their Unmasked tour. I didn't see that, I was too young. Absolutely gutted. They played here. I think this is the interesting bit. This is the only London venue that Kiss have played at with every lineup that they've ever played live with the exception of Mark St. John. Okay, we're now in central London, Tottenham Court Road station. This is Oxford Street. That Primark shop there So that Primark shop there, that's where the Virgin Magastore used to be, and that's where Kiss did their only public appearance in the UK for Creatures of the Night. They did a signing session there. Signed lots of autographs with Ace Frehley and Eric Carr, yeah, that was there. So, when Kiss were over here for their signing session on Creatures of the Night tour at Virgin Magastore, they stayed here, the London Hilton Park, on Park Lane. It looks over Hyde Park, that's why it's called Park Lane. In there used to be, I think they've refurbed all the rooms, there used to be some wood panelled rooms, I'm not sure, I think they were the suites at the front. And that's where Kiss did one of my favourite all-time photo sessions. It looks great because, of course, it's just after the Elder, but with the wood panelling behind, it looks like kind of Elder era. That's what I thought anyway. I was just a kid. But yeah, it was in there. So here we are inside the Hilton. As you can see, it's lovely and sumptuous, luxurious, but it doesn't have the same wood panelling. It's got some wood panelling, but not the stuff it had in '82. Oh well, never mind. We had a look. Here we are, outside the concrete block that is Wembley Arena. I remember on the Look It Up tour, we were hanging around outside in the afternoon, waiting to get going, and we could hear them sound checking inside. And Eric Carr was playing the intro for Creatures of the Night over and over, probably to get the tom sound. And I just remember these doors were literally rattling with the sound. It was so exciting. Kiss also played here on the Animalize tour at Wembley. They did 2 nights. That was when Bruce Kulick was new in the band. We still didn't know who he was. It was bizarre. Nobody knew who was going to be playing. We'd heard that Mark St John was ill and that some new guy was replacing him, and we didn't know what was going on until he came out on stage. I still wasn't an official member of the band at that point, of course, but yeah, that was Wembley on the Animalize tour. Now the curious thing there, another curious one, was they actually did what I think is the only time I've seen them do a genuine encore. They came out after Rock and Roll Night and Black Diamond and played Whole Lot of Love. The house lights in the venue had already come on, and they came out wearing like dressing gowns and stuff and just jammed through Whole Lot of Love, and it sounded amazing. I loved it. Hi, so I'm sorry to say this is a bit of a vague one. The video for Tears Are Falling, the promo video, was filmed on the South Bank in London. This is the South Bank of the Thames that we're on at the moment. I don't know exactly where they did it. I mean, as you can see from these buildings, there's been a lot of new building on the South Bank in the last few years, certainly since 1985 when that was recorded. I think it was September '85. So I don't know exactly where it was. It was probably a warehouse which might have been demolished. All we know is that they did a bit of an interview for a BBC show called The Old Grey Whistle Test. I think it was called Grey Whistle Test at the time. And Tower Bridge, which you can see there, is shown in one of those clips, but they might have been the other side of it. That's HMS Belfast that you just saw as well. Yeah, that's the best I can do on that one, sorry. Let's go and find some more. Get here. Okay, we're on more of our Kiss search. We're on Charing Cross Road in central London. And that there, the Montague Pike, that was the Marquee on Charing Cross Road. So Kiss played there, I was there for that one, it was amazing. 1988, just before Monsters of Rock Festival, as a warm-up. Yeah, lots of great bands used to play there. Sadly, it's a pub these days. Oh well. Then they played here Crazy Nights tour, 2 nights. That was pretty good, that was good, yeah, okay. They played here Revenge tour, of course that was the first time Eric Singer was playing there. So there was that lineup. When else? A Reunion tour, of course. That was great here. I also saw them Psycho Circus tour here. So they played with the original lineup here. So here we are, a shopping centre in North London, in Islington. What are we doing there? Kiss played there. The O2 Islington Academy. It's quite small by Kiss standards, probably holds 1,000 at the most. They did it on the Sonic Boom tour, as like kind of warm-up or opener for the arena shows. I was there, it was amazing. I'm just going to show you something curious about backstage there. I'm just going to go around the stage again. So here we are, backstage at the Islington Academy. As you can see, they're quite proud to have had Kiss here. There they are again. Does it say March 2nd, 2010? I didn't see that long ago. But here's the curious bit, right? When you come up from the dressing rooms towards the stage, we've got this little set of stairs, right? Then we've got this little set of stairs. Right. Then we've got this little set of stairs. Then we've got this little set of stairs. See my point? I'm not in stack heels. How did they do it? There's a service lift around the back, a really grotty lift. They might have used that, or maybe come up the stairs and put their boots on at the top. We'll never know. I'm going to try and go around the building because it is quite curious. Of course, here we are at Wembley still. They played here, I said Revenge Tour in my reunion, Psycho Circus, Sonic Boom as well. So we've had Tommy Thayer here. Now this is curious because of course this is the beginning, this is the entrance of the venue as it is now. It's now called the SSE Arena. Okay, sponsorship, that's what has to happen, isn't it? It's known as Wembley Arena. So this is now the front of it, but this used to be the back. And I remember on the Animalize tour, I was hanging around hoping for a chance to meet the band, and we saw Bon Jovi, who were the support band back then, and they came in a little London taxi, the five of them, I remember, all crowded in the taxi together, and it would have been round this back entrance, but of course this here at the time was the car park around the back of the venue. Now of course it's all new buildings, shopping centre. None of this was here in the 80s. Bon Jovi, of course, went on to become quite big. You've probably heard of them. And they then played that venue up there, which is Wembley Stadium, which is like 10 times the size. Can't even get it in the camera, it's that big. Absolutely beautiful 1930s cinema. This is the Kentish Town Forum. Used to be known as Town and Country Club. It's in Kentish Town, North London. This was the only venue that Kiss played on the Monster Tour. They did a special gig here. It's quite a small venue for them. I've seen loads of great bands here, Anthrax, Queensryche, Mr. Big. But Kiss was very special because it's, like I say, very small for them. They put the full-on show. So this is where we kind of end our Kiss guided tour of London. At the O2 Arena in Greenwich, that's it. It's an arena inside a dome inside a shopping centre. Look, you can climb over the top if you want to pay money for that. But yeah, Kiss played here last year, and they'll be playing here this year, later this year, on the End of the Road tour. So that's kind of the end of the road for Kiss London venues. It's London's largest music venue. And yeah, I think that's an appropriate place for them to finish their touring career in the UK. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. Also, if any of you out there, if you want to film your hometown, I would love to see, like, well, any venue that Kiss have played over the years. You know, some of the famous ones like LA Forum. Show us that if you live in LA, or Maracana in Rio. Show us that, would be great. Or even small things. Show us the Stone Pony. You know, where Ace Frehley played Frehley's Comet. That'd be great too. Yeah, get to it. Kiss guided tours. I think it should take off.